the salvation of the upright comes from the Lord. The Lord helps them and rescues them in their time of distress, saves them from the wicked, because they take refuge in him. And we can, as we hear those words, we can think back to St. John Bosco, and this is the way he lived. He had a great faith in the providence of God. St. John, I think, was born in the Diocese of Turin, became a priest there. He came from a very poor family. When he went to seminary, the clothes on his back and the shoes were all from charitable donations. He couldn't afford his own, and so he had nothing. He had a great gift for the acrobatics and acting and this sort of stuff, and so he used that to attract other young people like himself to church and draw them to God. And he continued that when he was a seminarian and priest. His first charge as a priest was a chaplain to an all-girls, I'm not sure if it was a school or shelter, and it was run by a very rich patroness, and this patroness, when she saw that he wanted to continue working with the boys, made him make a choice. You either choose the boys or you choose working with me. You choose my money or you choose the boys. And he said, I choose the boys. And so he was out, had nowhere to live, nowhere to support, nothing. He had to rely completely on the providence of God. And the Lord, as always, faithful to his promises, he came through. Don Bosco trusted in God. He put his faith in him, and the Lord rescued him. And so they were able to gradually build up and continue to work, gathering more young people to support. He was working with the street children, these not just any boys, it were boys in the street who had nothing, giving them training. More priests joined them, and eventually, about 20 years before his death, he formed the Salesian congregation. I think there were, by the time he died, there were over 768 priests in the congregation. So it grew from nothing to massive. And each time he didn't have the money, didn't have whatever he needed, but he'd keep coming to the Lord. So a man of immense faith, immense love, immense ability to speak to others about faith in God and draw them into the heart of God. And so he's one of the great saints we have in the church, a mystic as well. And we need his intercession for our young people, that through his intercessions they too may come to grow in faith and love of God.